The parkrun atmosphere was electric, a testament to the power of community and individual goals converging on a crisp morning. Keith, sidelined by a recently acquired hamstring niggle, donned a bright red course martial vest, embodying the spirit of support despite his personal setback. His role on the sidelines, while frustrating from a running perspective, offered him a unique vantage point. Observing the runners, he noted the determination in their strides, the camaraderie among participants, and the inclusive atmosphere that welcomed all, from seasoned athletes to those taking their first steps towards fitness. With all runners and walkers finished, and Keith's volunteer stint done, Keith and Kim convened at the café, a cozy spot that was rapidly becoming their unofficial office. The smell of fresh coffee and the sound of frothing milk filled the air as Kim greeted Keith with a knowing smile and a steaming cup of his favorite brew.
"Thanks for volunteering,"
she exclaimed, acknowledging his contributions at the parkrun.
"Thought you'd need this."
"Thanks, Coffee Twin. How was your run today?"
Keith inquired.
"Yeah, it was great actually,"
said Kim, her post-run glow plain to see.
"How's that leg holding up?"
"Ah, the runner's bane.
Keith replied, rubbing his hamstring.
But you know, every cloud gave me some extra time this week to work on our little project."
"Oh yes. I saw that information you sent through. Looks really interesting, but I haven't had time to really dig into it this week, sorry."
"No worries,"
Keith replied.
"I've got my laptop with me. Do you have time to go through it quickly this morning?"
Kim nodded.
"Sure thing."
Keith, eager to share his findings, retrieved his laptop from the car, and started to give an overview of things to Kim.
"I'm really excited about this. I think it gives us the exact steps and direction we need. But it also takes us a step back in some ways."
"Oh really?"
asked Kim, with a curious look on her face.
"How so?"
"Well, there's a lot of emphasis on preparation in this blueprint. Steps that we haven't even thought of really, but it all makes so much sense when you stop and think about it."
"You mean like a proper race plan, with details of hydration, nutrition, paces, and so on?"
Kim asked.
"That's exactly right,"
said Keith, with excitement in his voice.
"It talks about things like niche, target market, business model, and building a brand with a meaningful message."
Kim listened intently, her mind racing with possibilities. Together, they started to imagine how this blueprint really could help guide them in building their platform, making it a beacon for those seeking to embark on their own running journey. Kim took a sip of coffee, thoughtfully.
"Targeting new runners makes sense. We can draw from your experience as a beginner and my insights as a long-time runner. It's relatable and approachable."
"Exactly,"
Keith agreed.
"In many ways it's about being the guide I wish I had when I started. No overwhelming jargon, just straightforward, helpful advice."
"You know, I have a friend called Sharon who has started to show some interest in running,"
said Kim.
"but she's really worried that people will laugh at her, and doesn't have much confidence in her ability to actually run."
This conversation continued, with the concept of the ideal client avatar coming into sharper focus. Between them, they decided that Kim's friend Sharon was the perfect inspiration for their ideal client, who they agreed would be someone in their late 30s or early 40s, at a crossroads in their life, looking to make a positive change but held back by self-doubt and past experiences.
Sharon represents so many out there who think it's too late for them to start running, who fear being judged or not fitting in.
Keith nodded in agreement, adding,
"Our platform should be a place where Sharon, and others like her, can find not just information, but inspiration and a sense of belonging. We need to address those fears, break down the barriers to starting, and celebrate every step, however small."
Their discussion about Sharon led to a broader conversation on brand identity and messaging.
Green and white for growth and fresh starts, and maybe a splash of gold for those sunrise runs that Sharon dreams of.
Keith suggested, his enthusiasm infectious.
"And our site content needs to speak directly to her fears, her aspirations. It's about transforming I can't into I can and I will."
They began to see their platform as more than just a website. It was to be a place where every Sharon felt seen, heard, and inspired.
"Let's weave a narrative of transformation and belonging, where every Sharon finds her tribe, her motivation, and her joy in running,"
Kim said, her vision clear and compelling.
"A gateway to running."
said Keith, who was having a lightbulb moment.
Runnersgateway.com.
Despite the positive nature of their conversation, Keith and Kim acknowledged that doubts still lingered in the background.
Are we just dreamers?
Keith mused.
Perhaps.
Kim replied.
But it's the dreamers who change the world. We're building something that matters, not just to Sharon but to everyone looking to make a change. This blueprint has been a fantastic find, Keith, and I am loving the ideal client stuff. It really does help personalize our approach. We can create platform content that speaks directly to Sharon's needs, fears, and aspirations.
Heading their separate ways, they both felt a renewed sense of purpose and optimism. Their project, which had started life as nothing more than a shared dream, was rapidly evolving, and now it was underpinned by strategic planning and a deep understanding of their mission. While their steps may diverge as they leave the parkrun, their goal is united. With the blueprint as their guide, Keith and Kim are not just dreaming about an online platform, they are methodically laying down the tracks to bring it to life, much like following a well-crafted training plan for a race. Stay tuned for the next episode, where Keith and Kim continue to transform their vision into reality, each step now guided by the structured approach of their newly discovered blueprint. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on their next steps.